Hello Rebels and welcome back to my life. So as you know, on this channel I have a tendency to talk about things that I view as right or wrong in the world, my own moral standpoint, if you will, the way that I view good and evil. And it would be easy to assume that I had some sort of upbringing that strongly influenced my ethical views, but I would say that that is not exactly accurate. I mean, for one thing, a lot of my worldview is pretty significantly different from a lot of my family and lifelong friends, but for another thing, I don't think that I have some, strong moral compass that, determines how I judge right and wrong. I am still figuring a lot of this stuff out on the fly, and maybe you are too, and I feel like half the time my decision whether or not to do a thing stems from a desire not to be that guy. What does that mean? Well, we all see things happen in this world, and sometimes we see them happen and we sort of wince as we are watching them happen. We may not specifically think, oh my god, that's so wrong, but we do wince, and in that wincing, we are expressing a dissatisfaction with that guy. So for example, I don't ever want to be that guy explaining to women why his viewpoint on reproductive rights is more important than theirs. I don't ever want to be that white dude thinking that he should be explaining to African Americans why it's in their best interests to vote for one politician or another. And I definitely don't want to be that guy who expects a cookie or a pat on the back or praise for being an ally to an underprivileged group, which most of the time just equates to not being a complete shithead. I don't ever want to be that guy claiming that somebody isn't a real geek because they don't own every issue of Spider-Man that's ever been published. I don't want to be that guy who gets super pissed off at somebody because they haven't seen all of the Star Wars movies. Although, as an aside, I am that guy who gets pissed off if you haven't seen the Lord of the Rings movies, and I will be that guy until I am dead. I will always be that guy. The Hobbit, we're good. The Lord of the Rings, we're gonna have problems. But I don't want to be that guy who pretends that we don't have a major gun crisis in this country when we are the only developed nation in the world where so many people die every single day and week and month because of it, and nobody else has this problem because they've all handled it. I don't want to be that guy who pretends that American healthcare is awesome and has been for decades and needs no further improvement when we pay more for healthcare than any other developed nation and get less healthcare for what we pay. What? And again, these are not huge moral imperatives. I just see somebody doing that and I think, God, I don't want to be that guy. Sometimes I don't want to look like a complete idiot. Sometimes I don't want to look like a complete douchebag. So see, this isn't necessarily me, deciding to be a good dude. I just don't want people to look at me and think that I am stupid and or evil. And really, sometimes that's the way that the human social structure works. Sometimes we do the right thing because we are afraid of people looking at us like monsters if we don't do the right thing. And I don't want to be that guy sitting there being a bigoted, racist, warmongering monster and pretending that all that I'm saying and doing has no actual effect on tons and tons of people within this country. Because it does. And that is it for today, Rebels. An extra special shout out to my supporters on Patreon to make this YouTube channel possible. If you want to be one of those excellent and incredibly attractive people, click on the link in the description. There's also a link to signed copies of my books, if that's your thing. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye!